All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to another The Random Encounter stream. Gonna go ahead and continue some Final Fantasy. Oh, hold up. I don't even have it up here on my monitor. All right, let's see. It should black out for a second. Give it a second to come back. There we go. All right. Last, we just got back here to the new hideaway. So this stuff is getting started. Looks pretty cool. Now I can finally tell this is an airship. For whatever reason, I couldn't tell it was an airship before. Where people I talked to already knew.
Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
Loving the music.
Welcome back, Sid. Finish with that dance.
So yeah, I took up the name Sid.
I seen schoolboys went harder.
See what Jill says.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Can I go up? Or is this an elevator? Yes, it is. So graphically, I still think this is probably one of the most impressive games I've played so far. I can't think of another game.
Staying on this time?
There are some weird motion blur things happening to the edge of this. Not sure if you can see it, but the edges of this airship, like some weird blurriness happening. Granted, for a game that everything is being rendered in real time, can't complain. Nope, you cannot complain. One second, I gotta bring up the chat too. Music's so good. I gotta get this soundtrack. There we go. Alright. I gotta go that way, so that means that I should look around this way. Right? Does anybody else do that? Like, you gotta go one way, you go the opposite way. Goes the bard.
I am a tinker by trade, but I've always been fascinated with the art of healing. If only there were a salve to mend a broken engine.
Shelves are closed. Sign outside should have told you. Yeah, the sign outside should have told you.
But there's no sign.
That's funny.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
I wonder what new music I have. This is our terms. Into the mire. What song is this? Nah, we need a chill song for the hideaway. Marinate Yard Chocobo. I am not reading all of that, but thank you, Kenneth.
I don't know.
Welcome back, Sid. How am I getting on? Oh, about as well as you'd expect of a barmaid pouring sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stone here, even if it is mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though.
Okay. What happens if I order a drink? Let's find out.
Coming right up. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Who's this guy? Or girl? Look at that, now she got a bigger store. Let's see.
We won't hear me complaining.
Oh, I guess no voice actor for this. Look at my own stores, my own little counter, and thanks you lot fighting the good fight, plenty of demand for me wares. The only drawback's the constant bloody racket. If it's not Dory's and Otto barking for their orders, it's Blackmore and Bartolf banging away day and night. Still, if a pain in the ear holds the price I have to pay to be Sid the outlaw's partner in crime, I'd say I've got myself a bargain. About the past 5 years. Has it really been 5 years since we left the old place? How time flies. I remember it like it were yesterday. We were all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's lot turned up. Not that we knew it was them. They just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries, try as I might.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Promise me you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come what may, Sid will save us.
Fine purse weighing you down.
Alright, Coral Blade's still the best sword I have. Automatically charges magic spells and maintains the charge until cast. I feel like that's cheating. Increase the mid-break generation amount by 3%. Oh, this might be useful. Increase the mid-break generation amount by 6% when taking damage. Oh, 3% when dealing damage. 6. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with this one. Wave. Golden Testament. Increase skill earned by 35%. Increase experience earned by 15%. To Wages Warcraft, increase ability points earned in normal encounters by 20%. This might be useful. I need to buy these songs. Elixir. Alright.
Come again. Oh, don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
You're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you? We've a fine selection of tonics and tinctures. Oh, perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
What do you need? You've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
It was a right pain in the arse getting this place into shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it was anything new for those of us who put the old hideaway together. Still, that don't mean I intend on doing it again. Things here ain't too bad. I suppose I've got a decent hammer, a decent anvil, and a apprentice that knows his hammer from his I forgot what that. I didn't get to see what it says. Oh, and the furnace is all right and all, thanks to old Sid's bellows. The gods only know how I'd keep the coals hot enough out here on the mirror without them. Not with bloody crystals, that's for sure. No, I reckon you won't find a forge like this one anywhere else. And the twins, I can count myself lucky to work it. Thanks for keeping me on. You need anything, you give us a shout. Yeah, let's see if you can upgrade. Ooh, what's this? The 11 bolt. I will take it.
No scratches, right? That it?
It's the only thing worth making.
If you told me you could fire a forge without a crystal or a bearer before I came here, I would have taken you for a madman. But no, here it is.
The secret's in the bellows, you know.
They're Master Sid's own design. The other Master Sid.
Off limits, that means you.
Look, Sid. Squeaks wants to meet you. I can keep him, can't I? Can't I?
Jack, amateur Twitcher. What does that mean? Does he stream?
This plank will have to
They got Twitch in this world?
They bloomed at all was a blessing in itself.
What's this down here? Alright, this hideaway is huge.
It's not deep.
This tongue here forms the black from the lake water and renders it clean. You'll have to ask Mid if you want to know how it works, though.
Interesting. Kind of cool.
Much was lost when the first hideaway fell. Colleagues and friends. Years of hard work. But we did not let that loss defeat us. And our work will not be in vain. No. The spirits of our fallen comrades live on in every leaf and limb you see here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. Nothing down here. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the game. Like the music, I love it. It's definitely one of the best Final Fantasy scores. But everything else about the game, I don't know. And it has nothing to do with it being action based or anything like that. It's more the game itself in terms of the story. Like just something about it is just like throws it off. Like I like that it's more mature and it seems more down to earth, but like I feel like the pacing is kind of weird.
You're welcome to join us, but be warned, I tolerate absolutely no tomfoolery.
Oh, can't go that way. Oh, I do got a local map here. Oh, Clive's Chambers. The Art Stone. Man, this place is huge. Oh, I do want to visit Clive's Chambers, but we'll do that later.
Says I can borrow as many books as I can carry. This was all I could carry.
Look at that. Stuff that I can sell. Oh, that's cool.
What's the matter, Sid? You look as pale as the day your predecessor slung you in the cell next to mine. Not about to have another fit, are you? Of course you aren't. You're a changed man now. We both are. Go on. Eat up. You won't grow fat pecking at hay.
Nope. Alright, I gotta go to auto.
No one works longer or harder than our Otto. You can scour the whole of Storm and Ash, and you won't find a better man.
Escape from the slave markets. How'd you manage that?
I had some help.
Can't go there.
is performing a delicate operation and must not be disturbed. I'll let her know you called.
Oh, the hunts, yay. I assume that's what that is.
I hope you don't mind seeing civilians in your chambers while you were away.
So the biggest thing I hope by the end of the game is they explain
War is
the Fallen.
All operations are suspended until further. Have you finished?
Yes, Captain. I'll let the others know.
Who's Doris? I feel like we've seen her before. Alright, let's go to my chambers and then we'll talk to Otto.
Once the hall's swept,
What is this guy? He looks like, I was gonna say, he looks like young Clive. Nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah. Clive went from being basically a slave to now he's a he's the owner of this place. Alright, let's see what this is. Wall of Memories. Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Sid. This crystal shard, transfixed with twin daggers, is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. Indeed, indeed. Alright, let's talk to Otto.
There you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. And not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out? There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Alright, who is that? Vivian, okay.
I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
Ninetails?
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Is she gonna give me a recap? Yep, looks like she is.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrekwa boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
So I guess this part of the story is just gonna teach me what's around. Which I feel like I don't need to learn that. Rather, I don't need somebody telling me about this. I can kind of figure it out on my own. Yo, what's up, David? This is kids. What we got here?
Lawsman Harpocrates.
That is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Alright, let's see if they have a book about whatever that guy was.
This particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes?
Let's see. Who is Vivian Ninetails? Let's find out. A scholar and strategist who makes her home in the hideaway, analyzing every shred of information that comes in from the wider world in order to divine the dispositions of the realm's armies and those who lead them. She offers her insight to Clive that he might better understand the lay of the land. The moniker Ninetails, of which she herself is fond, was gifted her by her fellow scholars in recognition of her ability to speak at length on almost any subject. Okay. Cool. Persons of interest. Who's this guy? Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Wild's army. He accompanied his liege to Fort Zernita in the Republic of Dalmatia to negotiate the provision of reinforcements from the Royal Order of Knights. Firstborn son and loyal subject of Emperor Sylvester, ruler of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, as well as leader of the Empire's most elite fighting force, the Dragoons. Dion is also the dominant Bahamut, Warden of Light, and has oft been called upon to summon his icon in defense for his countrymen. Most recently in the year of the realm 873, when Odin took to the field against them in the Battle of Belinus Tor. Leader of the Dragoons, the most elite warrior of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, who are the first to leap into fray when the Empire finds herself under threat. Often, literally, Dion is also the dominant Bahamut, Warden of Light. Okay. So what does it say? Commander of the Kingdom of Walu's elite intelligence and dominant of Garuda. After Clive took her power at Kir Norvent and the keep was set to fire, she and her comrades were forced into making a hurried retreat, only to be set upon by bandits. What was left of can't say her name. Is it Benedicta? Yeah, Benedicta's power ran amok, summoning forth the raging whirlwind within, which she was at last to lose her life at the hands of Clive Rossfield and his icon Ifrit. Okay. Joshua Rossfield. Wonder if it says how he has survived. Dominant of the Phoenix, a former heir to the ducal throne, Joshua was thought to have died at the hands of the second icon of fire during the disaster at Phaneckswhy. However, he is very much alive, traveling the realm even now. His true identity hidden by a heavy cowl and assumed the name that of Lord Margris. Sure. Just trying to see if there's anything new or worth. Nothing worth knowing about Jill. Alright, let's see. Who the heck is Obelisk? Attendant to Margaret, who's a servant of a man who goes by the name Lord Margaret. Together they travel across the twins to some unknown end. I guess she doesn't have a name yet. Oh, that's the mom, right? Former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sambrique. What? I didn't know they said that. Let me see. Is that her? It's Rosaria, wife to Archduke Elwyn and mother to Clive and Joshua. While she adores her younger son, she treats Clive and Jill with not but thinly veiled contempt. Duchess of Rosaria, wife of Archduke Elwyn and mother to Clive and Joshua, it was not only her beauty but her connection to a bloodline that produced many previous dominants of the Phoenix that led to her being proposed as a bride for the young Archduke. Indeed, the two are cousins, having known from a young age that her purpose in life was to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline. She dotes on Joshua and scorns Clive. So the Archduke, so Clive's dad and mom were cousins, huh? Duchess of Rosaria, wife of Archduke Elwyn and mother to Clive and Joshua, it was ever her purpose in life to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline. For such reason, she betrayed her husband that she might enter in league with a force she judged the mightier, the Holy Empire of Sembrique. It was Annabella's treachery that led to the disaster at Phoenix Gate. Former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sembrique, it was again for which reason betrayed her husband that she might enter in league with force judgment. Now she rules over Rosaria as vicereine of the Imperial Province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the baseborn that was unknown in Archduke Elwyn's day. Well, can't wait to get rid of her. There we go. Ultima. Who's this? An otherworldly being that Clive encountered in the inner sanctum of Drake's head. He addressed Clive as Mythos before attempting to merge their consciousness. However, Clive was able to summon the will to resist the creature before Joshua returned from the dead to imprison it in a cage of flame that he sealed away in his own heart. That's interesting. A name that the being known as Ultima gives to Clive. It appears to be synonymous with Mythos. What is Mythos? The name by which Ultima addresses Clive. It appears to be his title for the vessel for limitless power that he means to make of the young Lord Marquis. But to what end he requires such a thing, only Ultima knows. Interesting, interesting. Seemingly drawn to the destruction of the heart of Drake's head, Ultima emerged. Oh. Hey, Sensei! Thanks for the raid, man. Thing woke me up. I was like, what? Appreciate the raid, man. See, where were we at? Seemingly drawn to the destruction of the heart of Drake's head, Ultima emerged from a terror in reality, wearing the skin of Typhon, a withered and wizened colossus, and drew Clive into a space between worlds where, in the ethereal entity, might test his worth as a vessel. Interesting, interesting. Can't wait to see what goes on with this guy. Who's this? The hooded man? Oh, that's the other one. Mysteries of the Realm. I wonder what they have here. Magic barriers, the curse, the inner sanctum, icon, brand, airship. Legend has it that the people of the fallen once sailed through the skies in the bellies of these ships, though all now lie shattered and silent on the surface below. The men and women of present day are wont to repurpose. What? Is this like Old English or something? Because I feel like it's so hard to read. The men and women of the present day are wont to repurpose. I don't understand it. Are wont to repurpose these ruins for their own uses. Both the village of Lostwing and Clive's Hideaway in Ben Numir being built around the wreckage of a fallen airship. Well, whatever. Let's see. What else they got here? Ultima's Thralls. All right.
You're always welcome, Clive.
Let's just progress with the story. Yeah, I see what people are saying that there's a huge spoiler. I don't think Square caught that. But if you try to read like the inputs for the things you had to fight, it says Ultima. And you're not even introduced to Ultima till, you know, later on.
Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work.
Tyra?
Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a stolus. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have you been to the toll? I hear you should.
Jill's in here.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
So I guess I shared the room with Jill. I guess so. It's only one bed. The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. The Republic's play. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to... What? I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Oh, he has one eye. I'll tell you, he looks a lot like, what's it called? What's his name? Is it Ramza? Yeah, Ramza from, Final Fantasy Tactics.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randala in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
Meanwhile, oh, there was Joshua. The Northern Territories.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
The Gathering Storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Actually, I want to read one more entry. Somebody I talked to made a good point, and I didn't, or told me something rather, and I'd never read that entry, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it right now.
My knowledge is yours. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
What's it update? Oh, they just gave him a new outfit. Yeah, that's all it is. Just shows his new outfit. Okay, cool. Cool. Oh, so we can see the difference of him. So before he had a little bit shorter hair and like less of a beard. Now he has more of a beard and then longer hair. Yeah, see? They did make him look older though. That's kind of cool. And his clothes are more like worn. That's cool. I guess she hasn't changed much. I should have kept her with that, whatever, that jacket or whatever it is. Actually, did I read her first thing? Born a princess of the Northern Territories, Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her homeland's incessant raids were quelled by the duchy. She was raised in Roslev's castle alongside Clive and Joshua, who came to love her as a sister. if she was. I guess she became Sheba's dominant. Barnabas. An aloof and unshakable Barnabas Tamar, first of his name, few can meet his steely gaze without flinching. King of Olod and dominant of Odin, the warden of darkness. At the Battle of Belen's Tor, he not only took personal command of the royal army, but rode into the fray himself, galloping through the air atop his six-legged steed and goading Bahamut into a duel that shook the skies. See, yeah, this show like their differences. Like Gav, see? That's kind of cool. Has he changed? Nope, still looks the same.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Alright, let's get to the story.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her.
One quest, and that's it. Alright, gotta go to Martha's Rest. Let's go ahead and get that quest. It's by the boat.
Finish with that. Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed,
live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Alright, I assume that's where I gotta go.
Easier than felling a forest, I said.
Oh shoot, I forgot who I was. Really?
Nice try.
Ah, come on. Really? I don't even know why I'm playing around with these guys. Oh, never mind. Thought I was gonna do a one-hit kill.
Can't imagine Herbalist needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Let's head home. Yeah, the music in the area is good. Like, that was on my mind for like the longest time. There we go. Oh.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Nice. What is that other thing? I have 10 of those. I wonder what that is. Alright, let's go to Martha's Rest and now continue with the story. I spent almost 20 minutes, I spent almost an hour.
What happened here?
Just doing this.
Come on.
Oh man.
We need to find the others.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
Fucking hell. We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
Could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all her efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what that new thing is. Unless they explained it to me and I don't
Carl is
remember.
right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
And not use like. Oh, I got full health. That's why.
Oi, look sharp!
I used to should have checked. Maybe I could fast travel there. I cannot. Maybe that's why. Because I think last time I couldn't activate one of the stones. Different song. Yeah, but if the song, music being like this, something good better happen.
Look. Up ahead. Martha. Are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers.
Nothing but the Black Shields.
Gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Guess I'm gonna just collect everything here before I go through the story. I didn't want to fight this guy because last time he took forever. Gotta kill Bugbear.
It's over.
Yeah, I actually do like the combat. Like, the combat's not that bad. I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but I think it's actually pretty fun. I mean, part of me wishes more RPG elements to the combat. You know, something similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake, but everything else about it I like. Like, I wish there was some other way to cast other magic spells, or making the magic like actually worth it. Because as you can see, I don't use the magic at all because it's, well, it's like weak and not worth it. Nah. Not even that, like the Phoenix Blessing is like the only one worth using. Interesting. Oh, Jill's got a new move. Okay. Let's check what's over here. The Gloom Widow. Yeah, Jill's got some new moves. Okay. There's a graveyard here. I don't think I was there last time.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Oh man. Oh no. I'm telling you. This is gonna be a very, very sad game.
No.
Damn it. I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned. That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law.
Well, there goes the black shields.
To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
it's over.
Hope there's a way to like improve the shot locker or whatever that's called, judgment bolt, whatever, because that is very slow.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Quest complete. Okay, I gotta see what is that stuff. See, like I get all these accessories, but I don't even use them.
Still be alive. The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
It's an interesting take on the magic, though, that you use too much magic, you turn into stone. I do like that.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Alright. Let's hope I get like some cool boss battle. Mortal remain. Sorrow-wise. It's probably one of the best songs in the game. Field songs, at least. But who knows? I'm pretty sure I haven't been to all the fields. Oh, how the heck did I get over here? I gotta go all the way around. New enemy. I don't know. Rank C. Bounty. Okay. First bounty. Notorious marks. Every now and then Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While fight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing. I'll take it.
Do you think it spotted us, Torgal? Right thing. Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Oh shoot. That's funny. No. Oh snap, what happened here? Yeah, this is going to be my favorite part of the game. I love hunts in every Final Fantasy. That was a waste of a move, but whatever. Oh, nah. Shoot. Ah, you gotta be kidding me, my first time getting hit. Couldn't beat this guy without getting hit at all. I am thunder. Nope. Oh, snap. Nice, someone got full health back. Oh, snap.
Nice try. Nice try.
Dang it. Come on, he's almost. Yes. Nice. There we go. Sweet. I'm gonna love this.
You didn't see that coming.
Okay, where? Yeah, I gotta go this way. Yeah, I love like doing the notorious marks and stuff like that. Like in Final Fantasy 12, I did almost all of them. I couldn't beat the last one. In 15, I want to say I did all of 15s though. So I will probably do all of these.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
I gotta resend my capture card here. I wonder if the maps will tell me where these notorious monsters are at. Maybe, maybe not. I'm curious if another one's over here. I'm gonna go over here just in case. These are all giant airships that fell, so it makes you wonder like what type of people live there. I hope we find out. What is this? Another adamant toys. Great. Yeah. What happened there? Alright. I guess it's a lot easier if I just use all my abilities and just not care about what do you call it? Or what it's called? Not breaking, but staggering. There we go. Come on, really? Yeah, I'm telling you, like, magic is useless in this. Like, I barely get a magic burst off, even though I'm hitting the button.
I'm glad Martha's safe. Both for her sake and the town they call themselves our country.
They've killed my parents.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Right. Time to go back to the hideaway. Oh, there's some quests nearby, it says. We got one quest here.
Try not to move.
Oi! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
My issue with everything being voiced is minor stuff like this, like side quests. I would usually just press, you know, until I continue.
Whiteheart.
But in this case, I have to listen to everything. I mean, I guess technically I don't have to, but I choose to. Alright, let's pick this up first. A white feather.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Maybe it is Ambrosia.
It's over.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Hey, look at those guys. Got destroyed.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
Alright, I gotta get rid of that mage first.
But don't say I didn't warn you.
That was close. Might as well just destroy everybody here. Did I get hit? I did. Shoot. What? Got hit again? Come on, I dodged that. Well, I hit the dodge button. There we go. Yeah, there's got to be a way to upgrade that because that thing is too slow when it comes to like locking on all those charges or whatever you want to call them.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy?
Ambrosia.
You couldn't be.
It's Ambrosia. Oh, my chocobo's back.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Like I get the chocobo mount now, so now I can use chocobo to travel. And an eye patch. But it looked like the eye was okay, no?
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Nice. So now I can travel with a chocobo, making these a lot faster. Ambrosia's tack displayed in Clive's chambers. Chocobo unlocked. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia, and X to mount the chocobo. Oh, I don't need you right now. Let's head back to the hideaway and continue with the story. See where the story takes us now. I feel like, I guess the only negative I have, I feel like it just takes forever to continue the story. There's so many other little things.
Dad should be back by now.
Or there's like other little things that like go in your way.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Alright. So it's like we're gonna take over Rosaria first. Rather take down. Or Rosaria, however they pronounce it. Otto's counter is now open. The following hideaway facilities are not available. An Alliance report, the Patron's Whisper, the Hunt Board. All these are located near Otto in the mess. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and check these things out so I can move on.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Okay, so I only got one quest there.
So Mather's all right.
I assume this is the hunt board. Clive, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you. The matter is this, Kupo.
Board. It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Koopa. I knew all that already. And that's why I need your help, as I need not remind you, Koopa, I am the mightiest of all the Muggles, no fiend. So I need you to slay them all. Great. I get to read all of that.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Alastia are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Koopa. It's good to have found someone who understands me, Koopa. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets and get posted on the board, so... Did I ever tell you about the time I visited the Great Continent, Koopa? So. Of course I didn't, because I've never been to Koopa. Look at these wings, it looks like... This guy, really? They call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid, Koopa. Wow. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted on the hunt board. Okay. The Angel of Death, a traitor coming by the way of Kier. No remit. Troopers for traveling the opposite direction. Warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead of his eyes while flickering, though the Cursebreaker saw nothing. Okay. How do you all these are just what I have. C and B. The Broken Hill of Rosaria. Clearview Sunbreak. Sounds good. What do you have here?
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the
The patrons. Does that mean someone else?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation. Business is busy. Still. Words are immortal. Come to claim your just desserts?
Completing cyclists will earn Clive renown, aspiring nameless advances from across the twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patrion's Whisper in the Hideaway's mess. View current renown level and accept any donations available. Talk of the Tea House. What is this?
You earned this.
You're right.
Here you are.
Oh, I guess as I get renown, I don't have to spend it. I just accept this stuff, I guess.
Sorry, but you're not quite there yet.
Alright, so what does this guy do?
All right, Clive. Keeping busy, are you? Me too. Seems like every report our allies sends us brings 100 new headaches for me to deal with. I've been doing my best to keep on top of it all, sending anything urgent straight to the Cursebreakers, just like Otto told the rest. I add, and anyone with the time and inclination to solve them will earn a nice bit of... Oh. And Sid. But he's still with us too. Oh, same old. So, Anything catch your eye?
Alright, what is this to use? I don't remember his name. Only find new quests around Valencia, but also travel merely to the obelisk waypoint near Citizen. Okay. Nothing available. Okay, so he's, I guess, the person that just is in charge of the quests. I guess I want to do the hunt before I continue the story. Let's do this one. Clearview Sunbreak. Of course, I can't travel to any of these. Oh, Clearview's right here, so I gotta go here. What is the easiest way to get to this? I guess going this way.
That room's as ragged as... I hear there's trouble there.
You think it's alright to touch him?
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
That was that girl that was by the apples.
Did you come through the forge today?
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
course she was. And I'd sort that one. Love plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
That room's as ragged as goat's locks. I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Alright, I think that's all the little side quests there. I got something to reading too. Can I fast travel there? I cannot. Oh man. They should have like fast travel here.
come through the forge today?
I think that's the wrong way. Yes, it is. Let's hurry up and see where this is so I can continue. That's the thing, I feel like most of my stream is here in the hideaway. Like, you?
Clive. So, what'll it be?
Nope, nothing.
Anything else?
Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spent together, it feels as though we must suffer another two-part. I am gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Jill. That's kind of cool. Wonder what other stuff I'm gonna get. All right, what's this here? The state of the realm. Back here, nah. I kind of do, but I don't. Let's just go. Let's go. I want to fight this fool. Southern Rosaria, how they pronounce it.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodline. Oh man.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Let's run on this side here. wonder what's over that direction. Can I go all of them? I can't.
Good girl.
Oh, so I'm on the chocobo, nothing can fight me. Do I have access to, or do I? Let me see. I don't. 2,300 for that. That kind of sucks. I don't have access to all the what's it called?
You deserve a rest. Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
We fly?
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! They'll think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the millers?
Welcome, stranger. I suppose we won't be seeing you again. Welcome, stranger. There you are. Fare you well.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on. We're going hunting for outlaws.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's flow.
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. It's over.
just activated it. I guess I don't know.
More of my mother's men.
Wonder what does that crystal thing do? I activated it. Maybe I have to activate a few of them? Nope, I guess it's the only one. So lost plume. Just did I get anything from this? I don't think I did. Maybe I did, I just didn't realize it. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. It's probably gonna destroy everybody else. What, really? There's a way to go down. Oh, this way.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield, Rosaria. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
So maybe that's the uncle.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
Man, that's messed
I will
up.
learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Stop. Can I lower the bridge from here? Is there a bridge? Yeah, it's on this side. Nope, can't do anything to this bridge. Alright, hope I'm going to get into a big like story point. Where's the port? Way down there.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Tell us there's a curfew, but then repeat us.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Begone!
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
You'll find no succor to the south, travellers.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hide of thieves.
Wow, this one dodged me. go. That's what it is. I gotta time the hits perfect. So 1 hit, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, I guess it tells you in the demo. I just forgot.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy!
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough for
Fuck off! And the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Black light burns.
The
Alright.
good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
There's a tunnel somewhere here I have to go to. Just don't know where. Oh. I can go this way.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Who's these guys? Bandits or what?
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to fight all these guys.
Or not.
That was easy.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And
Hey,
he's
look who
long
it
dead.
is.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Hey, it's this
Blessing
guy.
of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
Wade.
So wait.
We can speak inside.
I thought they were being watched. I was about to say.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I got a
Very well.
feeling that Wade is gonna die.
If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
You're telling me that's
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
They still don't need anything. I guess I'll buy another
Will that be
stone
all?
skin just in
It
case.
has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Black or white? Alright. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Let's see if I can finish this in the 15 minutes left for the stream.
Come along now.
The bastards are looking.
There they are. On your command, my lord. What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Your petty revolution ends here.
Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
Another boss, another dragoon fight.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Finish this. We need to finish him.
Nice. Sweet.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
That's complete. I thought there was gonna be some more stuff going on, but I guess not. I mean, the story is interesting enough. I can't really say that it's hooked me like other games, specifically other Final Fantasy games. I don't know. Like in the beginning, it started off great. Now it's kind of like,
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
you'll obtain except burnt blade from Wade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Burnt
Be sure
blade
that you
from
do.
Wade.
I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Or he sold the Imperial something. Rossfield Manor. I thought we were gonna have to walk in here and all that.
Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench.
Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Madu in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me place a Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
20 years? I thought it was 18 years. Did like 2 years pass out of nowhere?
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
I don't know what's up with Jill.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
I hope she doesn't die. Alright, now I gotta go back. Yeah, that's right, I can't save. I should be able to save on the world map screen. Like I don't get why they don't allow you to do that. Kirby monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Alright. Alright, sweet. And that's gonna end today's stream. Appreciate everybody that just came up and watched it, and of course everybody is watching it after the fact. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us over at Twitch, and every Sunday we have the podcast where you can catch us talking about all the latest and greatest gaming news that comes out pretty much that week. My name is James from the Random Encounter. I'll see you guys Friday.